is so bright.
Sun don't come, just embrace the rain.
That's the only way that things gon' change. When the sun don't come, just embrace the rain. Leave my songs hanging like my picture frames. When the sun don't come, just embrace the rain. I ain't folding, got too much to gain. I say I'm thorough, my heart is thorough. I'm thorough, thorough, I'm thorough. My heart is thorough, I'm thorough, thorough.
I leave my stars hanging like my picture frames. Cause I'm down, my heart is down.
Boy, no, you can't stop it. Boy, no, you can't stop it. Boy, no, you can't stop it. Ride around that rocket. Boy, no, you can't stop it. Boy, no, you can't stop it. Boy, no, you can't stop it.
I said big change my pocket. Boy, no, you can't stop me. Boy, no, you can't stop me. Boy, no, you can't stop me. Big change in my pocket. Boy, no, you can't stop me. Boy, no, you can't stop me. Boy, no, you can't stop me.
I lean on the scene, they can't stop it. Got time on my hands like a watches. Hours and minutes, diminish regardless. Getting the feeling, they feeling it godless. Debris in the air and it's garbage. See me, I'm getting them dollars. Taking it, piling it high like it's notches. Getting it, stretching it out like it's mozzarella. However, my fellas will hover. Whoever will step in the casa with the intention of being a monster. Thinking they frank, but really they hostas. They feeling the rain on the ponchos. They messing around with these honchas. They shelter the air like a conscience. That's the meaning of clearing the conscience. Hey. Imposters, yeah, they tryna keep up with their copy. They tryna beat us with their classes, yeah. Really can't see, give them glasses. Leaving them brainless as hostage, yeah. I flick them and hit them and clip them and box them. Leaving them dying, I'm out in the ashes. Saying I'm dead, they apostle. I burn them, they dreading like rosses, yeah. They see it how I wanna do it. That's how I'm flipping for profits, yeah.
Ride around that rocket. Boy, no, you can't stop it. Boy, no, you can't stop it. Boy, no, you can't stop it. Ride around that rocket. Boy, no, you can't stop it. Boy, no, you can't stop it. Boy, no, you can't stop it.
I said big change my pocket. Boy, no, you can't stop me. Boy, no, you can't stop me. Boy, no, you can't stop me. Big change my pocket. Boy, no, you can't stop me. Boy, no, you can't stop me. Boy, no, you can't stop me.
I be riding around in that rock, yeah. Soaked up in the cockpit. That meaning I'm so clean, and boy, you can't wash it. All that they do is just gossip. Boy, you better watch it, cause them shells be coming out like pasta out of boxes. Yeah, no money they making, that's nonsense. My money be making me monsters. That's what they know, I got this. Man, I'm gonna go like an Oscar. The words I speak, binocular. That mean I'm fresh and I'm hotter. They'll let me bubble like hot tub. I'm calling shots like I shot her. Hey, blockity, blockity, blocker. I do it how I wanna do. I definitely doing it proper.
Ride around that rocket. Boy, no, you can't stop it. Boy, no, you can't stop it. Boy, no, you can't stop it. Ride around that rocket. Boy, no, you can't stop it. Boy, no, you can't stop it. Boy, no, you can't stop it.
I said big change my pocket. Boy, no, you can't stop me. Boy, no, you can't stop me. Boy, no, you can't stop me. Big change my pocket. Boy, no, you can't stop me.
You ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 Where? You ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 Our space is set up to say nothing. That's why you're here with me. These sheets create limitations. Strip down when you're next to me. You say that you want it, so show me you want it. I say that to say this to you. Let's do what we came here to do. If you feel that comfortable, you ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 Where? You ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 If you feel that comfortable, it's okay if you're whispering something. It's clear what you're saying to me. Here you need to
Wake it up! I said wake your ass up! It's not over about this ain't what they want in the morning! Full court, and me, DJ Brown Night.
Top of the morning, mother. Get you out of bed by calling up a ruckus. I know you hate to love us, get your ass up out the covers. It's time to rise and grind, get your money on time so you can rise and shine.
Wake your ass up! Wake it up!
It's showtime, baby. It's showtime. Showtime.
Mashing the snooze button, stretch. Good morning, yes. Hop out the shower in the mirror, checking my fresh and I keep it 103.5. Get it correct on your dial, that's the FM. So tune into us, let's trend. Beat the topic, only morning show that's on it though. Clean out your eyes and sip your coffee, let your morning flow. Hop out your ride like you arrived, but it's time to go. Top of the hour like the ad-lib, my state is song.
Yeah!
Put the coffee in the cup and wake your ass up. This beat hit so hard, thought it was a Mack truck. Grab a bag up, that diesel and gas up. For this ride, we bout to drive till 9 can't pass us. Cause we leading the caravan, serenading your travel plan. Herding the cattle, man, as we give you a battle plan. For all the wealth to grab up. But first, you need to wake your ass up. My city, I wear it. Dally, the black is gearing. I'm coming to lift the spirits like toast in a drink. I'm a breath of that fresh air while you yawning, chasing that paper, we be on it. Speaking of mine, and that's designed to make you think. Hold up, just sit it down for a second. Tune in to think. Who put it down with the bars and don't need a drink to drink? That'd be me, whether gargle the breath stink from running late, so I'm rushing like doing things. Could you get it?
Like a fresh cup of coffee in the morning. We gonna get you on your day. Out to work to play. It's your morning.
Cause see it's growing, I got it, call it the buzz. These dudes vagina, they leaking, needing a plug. These chicks is lonely, they weak and seeking a hug, and we got them fresh up early mornings on and waking them up. Let's get it.
Put your sorry behind them. From your time to my time.
True. I'm here for the early birds. Give them the worm. Can't say a dirty word. My town to yours. Rooftop to the curb. The topic's superb. Politics. Give us that acknowledgement. Elephant in the room. You couldn't move it. We the monolith. Wipe that cold up out of your eye and hit up that Wi-Fi and peep the other sun. Every day come catch another one. Compliment your coffee and your honey bun. Tune in with the tune in or the FM on your morning run. 6 in the morning. Fighting for bathroom time with daughters. I got my laptop popping. They keep it ugly for all us. Every demographic on perimeters. We who you listen to is independent radio for independent listeners.
And live on the track, hold it, here I go, my vocals. You were waiting for lyrics. Did it how we do it, baby. But I can give you some answer. Quadzilla on the beat, baby. Young Race.
Joe, your mic is off.
No, it's not. My mic is on.
Oh, there you go.
No, it's. Oh, somebody had me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Oh, okay. There we go. Is everyone on? Oh, you can't get rid of that picture, huh, Harry? Or is it still the nonsense?
What are you talking about?
Come on, come on. Get rid of that first thing in the morning, man. Yeah, it's tired of me walking around with oh, Jesus. Are you ready? Knock it off.
What's up?
Come on, knock it off. All right, people, I got to let you know while Harry catches breath there over there. I'm going to bring you guys up to speed with coronavirus cases. We're looking at 678,210 in the United States. Looking at 34,641 deaths. Looking at recovery. Recovered looking at 57,844. What exactly do those numbers you want to get in depth on those numbers? You can just go to worldometers.info and you can look it up and you can see all the way down to your local town exactly where you stand with this corona pandemic. Where exactly is it going for you? We do have a situation there in New Jersey that's just like just getting uglier and uglier by the second, and the situation I'm talking about is the 17 bodies that they found in the out back in a shed. 17 bodies. Well, they say it was out in the shed, but it's a makeshift morgue that they made in the back. The morgue, by the way, was only equipped to hold 4 individuals, but they end up having 17 inside of this makeshift morgue. Obviously, at this nursing home. And it is really, really, really bummed out that when you think about it. Good morning, Karik. Is he there? Yes, he is. When you think about this situation, it really just bums you out to think that your loved one is in their twilight years. They're sitting there. Nursing homes is nothing but God's waiting room anyway, just like Florida. You say a nursing home to me, and well, I just think of Florida North or Florida wherever. It's just God's waiting room. You're just waiting for next, waiting for your number to be called. And all I could say is like, man, yeah, it is. These people, they're just waiting for their number to be called, and it's called in an ugly way.
So those people died of corona?
Excuse me?
Is it confirmed that they died of coronavirus?
No, not that I know of.
A portion of them did.
A portion of them?
Yeah.
Of the 17?
Yeah.
Died of corona.
Let me look up the story.
Well, I mean, anyway, you look at it, you got bodies packed up in the back. You have the general manager, if I may, for lack of information right now in front of me, the person who's running the facility, called the congressperson of that area, a Democrat, and said, hey, we need body bags. We need more body bags. I'm like, dang, you didn't ask for ventilators, didn't ask for masks. You're asking for body bags. Yeah, the story, man, I'm telling you.
Yesterday was the worst day of death in the coronavirus. We had 2,500 yesterday.
Yeah. And that is because I think we're starting to actually do some counts. We really start doing some.
Did you read this? I sent you a story by Roy. It was in Reuters that they're starting to count. The death count is starting to include probables. So this guy probably died from corona. So we're not gonna have an accurate death count right now since it's not even close to reaching the projections. They're gonna start throwing probables in there.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. What is the best way for us to handle this thing? I don't know, but I don't want it to get out of control to where we stay home for too long. And because to be quite honest with you, I got to get back to work. Well, we are working. I got to get back to the office. I get say, geez, we're able to work from home, but you need us to get back in the office. I need myself to get back in the office at least. Go ahead, Caleb.
It said the 17 were among 68 recent deaths linked with the long-term care facility, Andrew Dover Sub-Q, and the Rehabilitation Center 1 and 2, including 2 nurses. Officials said of those who died, 26 had tested positive for the virus.
26.
26 of what? 68?
Yeah,
that's still that's still a high number.
Yeah, and
28 others. It's a high number, man. Whoa. You might as well throw. If you were in Vegas playing them, odds, it wouldn't be good. You coming home broke. You left the kids college tuition back there.
Joe, but those
So-
are 68 confirmed, right? Probably
Yes.
the whole nursing home has it.
They said
absolutely.
over 100 residents tested positive
Yeah,
last
so
night.
Unless you
But
test
they have some-
everybody, you don't know the numbers.
Right. But they say they have this place has 700 beds fully occupied or something like that. I'm like 700 beds. You know, I'm telling you, this is what we have to. We got to get back to housing our elderly at home. But the problem that we're having with that is that, well, only certain elderlies are having houses these days. You know, look at downtown New Haven, for example. Downtown New Haven is not equipped for elderly living. Well, it might be. Let me not go that far. But I don't see it too conducive of that because, well, look at what the apartment living. It's small, you know, you got the smaller apartments, you got this and that, but I don't know. I would like to see more family-oriented downtown New Haven. I don't see that as a welcoming sign. Families, no. I mean, we happen to be one, but where's family? Where's the welcome at for families downtown? I don't see it. I'm just saying. I don't see it.
You can forget about it being, set up for the elderly or for minorities or for families. You can forget that. They have one goal in mind, and that's to bring rich people in.
You know, I was having this conversation roughly 2 months ago with a friend of mine, and we were looking at the housing issues. And one of the statements that was made, one of the points that was made was, we were trying to figure out exactly who should be blamed for this. Should it be the likes of these corporations that have these big campuses, and then you have people coming? I'm like, no, it's not the corporations. I mean, Jesus. It is the likes of, and we were pointing for what's going on in San Francisco and in the Bay Area. And I'm like, we can't blame the corporations for that. We have to blame the developers. I mean, the developers are the ones who come in, and the politicians too. But mainly developers come in and they look at an area and they see, okay, well, for example, in California, they say, well, Google is over here. We know how much Google pay their employees. So we're going to dump these individuals out who've been living here for 35, 40 years. We're going to kick them out to the street. And we're going to come up and we're going to raise the rent, we're going to fix it up, raise the rent to make, because they figured, Google's employees are average of what? Anywhere from $80,000, $90,000 on up. So, and even that, they got to have roommates in order to live right in California.
It's
some places in California.
Local government. You have to blame
Oh,
local.
absolutely.
Government.
I blame local because what locals should do is what they did in this building. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying local government is always they create the environment, right? So they allow these businesses to come in and basically push everybody out.
But it's not the businesses.
I mean, not just businesses, but you
it's
look
the
at
developers.
You look at it like in San Francisco, for instance, that you were saying. The average home in San Francisco, the average home is $1 million or more.
Why?
So, and that's because their local government has created the environment where you're either rich or you're not living there.
Yeah, and the thing is, local government, for me, in my head, is when we're looking at where I see local government come up short, is where they don't insist on these people who are putting up these luxury high rises all over the damn place. Not insist that if you have more than 15 units, you must. 15 is a nice number if you ask me. But if you have a building that has more than 15 units, you have to have a certain percentage that goes to not affordable income, but low income, because affordable is subjective. What's affordable for one might not be affordable for the other. Local government have to step in and say, no, we have to have a balance in our economy, because what will happen if Google decides to pull out of this area and move? What will happen if, and you know, local government get it in their heads in the likes of Google or Facebook, they'll say, oh, where would they go? You see that big campus they have? Well, I'll give you this, what's going on right now. A lot of people are working from home. That's where the hell they go. You know, so they can empty those buildings in a heartbeat on you. So don't get that cockiness of where would they go.
Yep.
You know, it's not like Yale. I mean, come on, Yale put a lot into those beautiful architecture. Google just got boxes.
Meanwhile, the inside is another utopia.
Yeah, exactly. But no, the local government have to get to that point of saying, hey, you know what? We need to be involved and letting these developers especially know that you must set aside a certain amount of units for low income.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be done. They can't just keep running greedy. Otherwise they'll squeeze the market out, and you will have 0% of people who grew up in the area. The whole history of the community could go bye-bye because, well, these people are pushing out others.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, I mean, we would like to say, oh, the likes of Google is what's causing it. No, Google is just paying their employees a fair wage. Facebook just paying their employees a fair wage. The developers are the one who look over and say, hey, you know what? I know how much you make. You're not going to pay this amount when I know how much I could get out of you.
Yeah.
So they're the ones who are driving it up. And then you have homeowners then say, well, I'm going to sell mine. I'm going to sell my house. I'm going to go ahead and sell my house for $300,000. And then they turn around and somebody got it for $300,000 and making good money. They come in and they fix it up. And it happens fast. Gentrification's a beast.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
It is.
So you come in.
Joe, you're still in New Haven?
No. I'm out there. I'm in North Haven right now.
No, I ask you because you look like you're living in the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and you're about to slide right off the screen.
Yo,
no, that's a Waterbury lifestyle.
Oh,
Waterbury got so many hills.
All those hills, right?
Yeah. Oh, Waterbury got so many hills. You put a glass of water on the table, it goes sliding.
Seriously.
You gotta your glass and cups gotta come with Velcro in Waterbury. Yeah.
That ain't no joke. I got a bad hip, and it's just from walking down the walkway to my car.
Man.
I'm telling you, man. Waterbury, it's like, Waterbury's kind of like San Francisco, Connecticut. It is just like hills after hills after hills. And I'm telling you, man, there should be no one with a weight problem in Waterbury.
And I always said that, Joe, but you see the fattest people walking up the hills. They're walking up the hills, but they still fat. I'm like, man, if I didn't have a car, I'd be slim and trim. And then it looks like all the developers they never knew what a level looked like. Right? Because all the walkways you still gotta walk sideways.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Waterbury is nothing but hills. I mean, man. And for the life of them, they can't get that town to come back. All the surrounding big towns came back. I mean, Meriden, oh my God. Look out for Meriden. First of all, before I say
Waterbury's downtown.
T. Hicks, you don't live in Meriden, do you?
No.
Okay, good. I could talk.
Waterbury's downtown is de-gentrification.
That's true. It's like so true. You go downtown.
It gets worse and worse.
You go downtown Waterbury, man. It's a handgun night.
Yeah.
That's every night.
The good thing about it, Joe, is that it's not dominated by one group.
Oh no. The level of ism schism it's fair game over there.
Yeah.
So about 2 years ago, I went into the mall in Waterbury, and I have never seen so many closed up stores. And I'm like, what's going on with this mall? The Brass Hill Mall over there.
Oh,
H&M was closing.
wow.
H&M went to M&H.
They closed because they won't let them open another store across from it. So.
The protest.
That's what I heard.
He said, "That's what I heard."
Yeah, I have no clue how Waterbury still has them all.
Exactly. I remember when they started that mall in the 80s, and they tore down that factory. It used to be a brass mill over there, and they were taking down the factory and they were putting up this mall. That's why it's called the Brass Hill Mall. But I'm telling you, it was really nice. It was like, oh wow, it's coming up nice. I used to be in Waterbury all the time back in the 80s. Like everybody from New Haven moved to Waterbury.
Yeah, I used to go to that mall too.
Yeah, it was like, this is cool. Nice.
They had lids in there, Rob, where we got all our hats from.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Lids was in there, right? Yeah.
They had it right in there. We used to go.
Right up there on the second floor.
Yeah.
Everybody went up to Lids. You get your fitteds up there, right?
I still go.
Yeah.
They still up there?
Yep.
Are they still there?
They gotta be. That was the only reason to go. They gotta still be there.
That's the best store in the mall. Best store in the mall.
That's the only store in the mall.
That's why it's the best.
Then they try bringing in a high-end store. I think it was a Lord & Taylor or one of them over there.
Well, they got Macy's, which is closing.
But yeah, one of course. No, which one was on the end? They didn't have a Lord & Taylor? Just a Macy's?
Just the Macy's.
Yeah, and even that, Macy's was like, oh no, we need a parade out of this party. Oh man, we gotta
Quick, get all the Polo Sport gear out in the front.
I forgot what the coat store, the something factory.
Burlington.
Burlington
factory is here.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Burlington is like, it's funny. I was talking about Burlington just last night. I have this thing where I sleep in a hat. And I sleep in a hat, and it's I like my head warm, but not a fitted. Burlington is the best spot for it. Yeah, I'm a black man. I'm a black man talking about I sleep in a hat. The first thing that he's damn, he's sleeping in a fitted.
Niggas is gonna do it. They're like, oh, that's the wave. That's the wave. That's the wave.
No. I'm going over and get me a snapback. I know a trucker's hat to sleep in, so all my dreams be on the road. Shut up. You know what, Mom? I'm moving out. I'm going to finally move out. I'm going to put on a trucker's hat, and I'm going to just dream myself on I-95 way in Florida.
What?
Okay. I'm just saying.
That went next level.
No, come on. Work with me. Anyway.
They're gonna be wondering why their hairline messed up, huh?
It's so true. No, but I sleep in a hat, and what I do is I go like to Burlington, and I'll get one of their. Well, look, they're gonna jack the prices up on this thing right now, but you could get yourself a nice wool or cotton, a good cotton weave hat, and I get them to, not too tight. They got to be not tight at all. Actually, they're like loose fitted. The looser the better. And they make great nightcaps, especially in the wintertime. Man. They just make you fully snuggle. And for me, sometimes, you want the background noise, so you leave the television on and, instead of, like having to worry about it, you could just pull it over your eyes. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, don't get me started. I'll go right back to bed right now. I'm
so cute.
It's cute, huh? Cute, huh? You got cute jokes.
No, just playing, bro. Just playing, bro. Come on.
you got cute jokes, huh?
I'm just playing, bro. Just playing. Nah, I just saw Homeboy from Fat Albert when you said that.
Oh, that's where we going. Oh, that's so cute, huh? Oh,
No, man.
oh, you piling on, huh?
Oh,
you piling on, huh? Oh, well, allow me to rethought.
No, I'm done, man.
No, Jumpy, no!
Man, just
Oh my God. Go ahead, Caleb. Hit me with some news.
All right.
By the way, man, we need you to act like you're in a Waterbury parking lot. If you hit a speed bump, just keep going. That's the point. Just keep going. There you go.
Hold on.
All right.
Hold on before
What do
you
you
go
got?
into the news.
Yeah.
I want to talk about what Joe started with, the coronavirus deaths.
Okay. What do you got?
And it's a question, basically, because why California and New York? California has a bigger population.
Mm-hmm.
Why are there 10% of the deaths in California compared to New York? So New York is over 11,000 deaths.
Right.
California is at around 1,000.
Right, but there's the reason for that is because there's shelter in place. Actually, the stay-at-home order that they did. And
But you're saying that New
from what I
Yorkers aren't
understand,
listening?
from what I understand, well, that too. A lot of them weren't. They were actually having to go after them.
Are you
and
telling
pop.
me that LA, California is not gonna go out and party and everything like everybody else? You're telling me California?
I mean, like anywhere.
The cholos of California are staying home.
Okay, you go after the cholos if you want to. I'm not. I don't know.
Man, I know way, no.
Nobody stopping me.
See,
See,
I'm
we
gonna just
outside.
right now. I'm gonna act like the most famous Californian, Michael Jackson, and I'm gonna just moonwalk away from that one.
Oh my God.
Without
you could have that one.
Forget the jokes, but seriously, you think there has to be a reason? And there's I was watching yesterday a doctor from California saying that he thinks that it was in California longer, than it was in any other state, and that they probably have some type of, since it's been there longer, they have some type of immunity, herd immunity. But there's just no, they can't put their finger on it because California, I think, they closed like 3 days before New York.
No, actually, California shut down like a week before New York.
A week before New York.
Yeah, and the way they did it, though, you got to remember, New York City was shut down, but we still had a lot of transition back and forth. If you take the way California is, the population, it's not as heavily concentrated as it is in New York, and where it is in the New York, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, that little triangle there. It's not as the population, the heavy population of New York is just in that small cluster, whereas California has 20 million and like three or four. Was that? Yeah, the density. And because of the density is what's making it pack up even more. That's a great contributor to it. I would believe, I'm not an expert at this, but I'm just using layman terms. When you look at the density, you see, I always had a problem with people. New York is mad fun. New York is crazy fun. Trust me, I was there in the 80s. New York is crazy fun. But you are literally living like rats.
With rats.
You are piled up on top of each other. I mean, it is just like they pile you up in New York City so much. You just on top of the other, It's like rats. And when you're ready to go, you just pull out from your little hover. Thanks for the heat.
That's how it is in the subways. It's like crazy how
it is crazy how they pack so many people in small areas.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
And
because
I got to tell you something. In the
if
last,
you remember when the coronavirus, when we first introduced it to the U.S. population, it was us bringing in people to California, to Washington. You remember we were bringing in from the cruise ships and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and a big breakout started in Washington and all of that stuff because,
right.
you know, but they were able to control.
Yeah, but another, again, with the density, the density is one. And, you know, the fact that they were able to, you know, shut down stuff a lot faster than us. I mean, at the end of the day, Washington, they got what? Seattle? What's the population of Seattle? Probably like around like what? 2 million max? You know? I mean, you're looking at this little triangle right here. New York City itself is looking like, and I'm talking about the inner and outer boroughs. New York City is.
You have to throw Pennsylvania into that mix too.
Philadelphia. Right. But exactly. But people coming back and forth from Philly as well. Yeah. But the main, I'm talking about the constant, the daily heavy traffic just moving through that little tri-state area. It is so damn heavy. It's ridiculous.
New York Metro area.
Yeah, the New York Metro. It is nuts. People have no idea how busy that corridor is.
You know, it's just sitting on the Whitestone Bridge with every other car.
Or the GW. Yeah. But the Whitestone is no longer a parking lot. Since they got rid of the tolls. Yeah, since they got rid of the tolls, it's no longer a parking lot.
Smooth selling.
What do you mean got rid of the tolls? They got rid of the tolls on the Whitestone?
Yeah, they're gone. Well, they got tolls, but it's not like you don't have to stop anymore. Yeah, it's all Easy Pass. And if you don't have an Easy Pass, they'll just send you a bill in the mail.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, no, not cool.
It's not cool.
Yeah. I prefer that than spending an hour and a half waiting to cross the bridge.
I know. It was so damn disgusting. But, every time I cross over there now, the first thing I think of is, well, there used to be at least 40, 50 cops over there that lost their damn job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I don't feel sorry because most of them used to have like attitude coming through. Yeah, keep it going, keep it moving. I'm not helping the situation. If they really wanted to keep that traffic out, New York like a line outside of everything, like a nightclub, or opening of a shoe store or something. They're like lines. So they like to make we're the happening town. Here's a line. So they got the toll booths, give them a line. Like, no, I just want to get to the airports. But the big traffic, however, they're doing a lot of construction down on 678, which goes further past the Jackie Robinson
the
Parkway.
Robinson.
Yeah, but which used to be the Interborough Parkway.
Yep.
And that's another thing. Carter, you been on the Interborough?
Been on the what?
Well, the Jackie Robinson. You ever been on the Jackie Robinson Parkway?
Jackie Robinson.
Why they had to change that one to Jackie Robinson? That's like a suicide racetrack.
No, let me tell you, it is a race.
I told you.
No.
I told you should stay.
Shut up. Here's a crazy part about that parkway. You driving through this thing, like Harry just said, it's like a suicide mission. I mean, it's like a suicide racetrack. The best time back in the 80s to go through that thing was around 11:30 at night to like 5 in the morning.
Yep.
I had a sports car back then. I had a Datsun 240Z. Oh, I used to drill through that thing. Just like going around the corner. And then one day I came through there in the daytime and I remembered, you shouldn't be doing this back here. And the reason being is because this parkway cutting is literally made right through a graveyard.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It is the largest graveyard I've ever seen in my entire life. Since then, I've never seen a graveyard that big before. It is huge. And this thing goes from Queens all the way back into Brooklyn. Pennsylvania Avenue is where it stopped, right? Am I correct, Harry?
Yep.
It goes all the way back into Brooklyn. It's like, And it's whining too, just cutting through graveyards. You know, you just knew you just went around somebody, Mr. Evans' gravestone. You just
Yo, and it's
They're
pure.
like we waiting for company.
Yeah, you know,
Joe is right. At around 11 o'clock, it's pure racing. Whoever you're on there with, we're racing.
You're racing.
And then the thing is, some of the curves have a hook in it with a big concrete block.
Yup.
Yeah, well, pick your car up in a heartbeat. And okay, here are all everything was stacked against me back then. I said it was a winding road. It's late at night. You're racing against anyone. I'm in my 20s in a sports car. What the hell do you think that's a recipe for just joining the rest who were laying down sleep? That was just a recipe. It's like, I'm coming to join you.
You hear this, T. Higgs? You hear this?
Yeah.
They're over here judging us. But look at these old men acting like a fools when they were young.
Oh no, I never judge you. No, I never judge people who do that. I just look at it and I just say, well, you know,
You're missing key parts of this. Wait, let me school him real quick. First of all, it was his car. You know what I'm saying? He's not somebody else's car. You know what I'm saying? Like he owned the car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
That right
That's somebody else's car you stole.
Yeah, you steal it and own it. Like, come on, man. That's not how you get a title.
Called borrowing. What you mean stole? It's borrowing.
No, man. I used to but what I started to say is just as when you go into JFK, they're doing this major construction over there. And that's when the traffic piles up. They're almost finished with it if they haven't by now. I was out there, last time I was out there was last summer. And it was cleaning up. It was doing pretty good. But that's the only place I really have a backup. I mean, I went through there like around 2:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday. And the traffic was only, and I hate to say this, but the traffic was only like about 15, 20 minutes. We don't want any, no, it's not, especially for New York.
But especially the Van Wyck. You talk about the Van Wyck.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
And there's always construction on the Van Wyck. That construction you saw was probably there 20 years ago.
Oh, no. They always find different spaces. Listen, certain people have got to move cement. Hello? Yellow. Certain people like to move cement. That's all I got to say. Yellow. So, you know, if you could get that contract, get that contract. You know, they also have the monorail that goes right across the middle of it when you get down in the lower parts of Queens heading to Brooklyn. They have the monorail that brings you from the airport to long-term parking. Yeah, you ever fly out of there with long-term parking?
No.
And,
with a monorail.
Yeah, you got the monorail. Is that, you know, that train-looking thing that's up high?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's there's no drivers on that. They don't have a conductor, no driver, none of that. It's just automatic. It's like in Bad Boys, you know, and they have that in Orlando Airport. They have it, but those are at the airport in Orlando, where the monorails will take you out to the gate. It's just so damn big. Go, yeah, we'll ride them through the swamps. They'll never know. Anyway, so that's our New York situation. What you got for me, Caleb?
All right, so sports. Bronco released statement regarding Von Miller's COVID-19 diagnosis. After experiencing flu-like symptoms, Denver Broncos linebacker Von Miller has tested positive for COVID-19. Von is doing well and recovering at home in self-isolation. He remains under the care of team doctors who are following all coronavirus treatment procedures to ensure a safe environment for Von and our community.
Let me ask, was he the one of them who was throwing parties? I don't know.
I don't know. He about servers on the look.
First of all, before we start, like my prayers going out, I ain't wasting no prayers. Was he one who was having these parties? No, I'm being selfish with my prayers. I'm God's other son. Y'all ain't keeping me busy.
What is wrong with you?
Oh man,
So Von Miller is actually one of the really good guys.
Yeah, he's a good guy. So I don't think so.
Yeah, he's he's one of the really good guys of any sports, right? And this guy is a madman on the field. I mean, he's you remember that Lawrence Taylor was Jekyll and Hyde?
Yeah.
Well, this guy is the true Jekyll and Hyde. On the field, he's Mr. Hyde, and then off he's like
he's
Mr. Rogers.
Hyde off the field, he's Mr. Hyde.
Well, no, actually, he's Mr. Rogers off the field.
Oh, jeez.
Literally, this guy is one of the really good guys.
Wow. So, do you have anything, T. Higgs, on him?
Nothing about partying, no. I mean, I always know he's like being called like one of the man of the years for the NFL and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's one of the really good guys. He does a lot of charity work. He does
all right, okay. Oh, that sounds good. A
lot of mentoring.
Meanwhile,
all that charity and all that good stuff. Did he take a kneel?
Ooh,
yeah, right.
Hold on, kind of.
That's the real challenge.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see the real charity come out now. Did he take a kneel?
I don't know.
Come on, look up his name, T. Higgs. Don't stop twisting your mouth up. I'm watching you.
I'm trying.
Oh, here they go.
What are you talking about?
You sort of look at his face.
T. Higgs does the whole show taking a knee.
Taking stupid knees.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, he was a part of the people that for the national anthem was taking a knee. Yeah.
Oh, he took a knee. Okay, but
he real.
I like that guy.
Yeah. He always was my favorite player.
My boy.
Oh, really? Hold on. Well, allow me to rebut.
I hope he makes a full recovery with $1 million.
You know what I'm saying? I hope they give him a nice coronavirus bonus.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a great face of the NFL. This guy is really amazing. I don't even know. Is he black?
Yeah, he's black.
Oh, well, allow me to double rethought. So, this guy right here.
You are the best.
But I will say this, because you and Kotick wouldn't like him. You and Kotick wouldn't like him if you saw him talk, because he talks like the Surgeon General.
It's all good.
No, it ain't. No, the hell it ain't. Playing that garbage.
The words that come out of that mouth is what I'm worried about.
Usually they don't come out good.
This guy, I'm telling you,
how many guys you know that got the Surgeon General's voice? They don't let bad words just slide out of their word. They slide out of their mouth so nicely. You know, the Surgeon General, what a cockroach.
Listen to what he's saying though. Like he's playing the role full.
Yeah, this nasty, disgusting, irresponsible cockroach. You know, here it is last week. He decides to say, oh my God, and I did not want to even get into this because it irritated me so bad. He came in there and talking about well, you know, you're going to have to, you need to let Big Mama know that, you know, that she can't be near the little ones right now for a while. And you got to, you have to take care. You have to take care. You have to separate a lot. You know, you really have to do a lot. It's all about you have to take responsibility. And so I'm like, you son of a cockroach. Now, if you listen to this bum, nasty, disgusting, pus-infected rodent, I'm telling you, if you listen to him, oh, it sounds good. And he's the Surgeon General.
It was hilarious because he's
putting the illness on the black community. Like he want to talk responsibility to the black community when there are bigger underlying issues. Why this thing is spreading in the back?
He says it in plain English, right? Social distancing and everything, and then he has to try to break it down to for the simple people.
Yeah, right.
Go to Big Mama and tell her.
Yeah. He's right. It's all right. When
he's like, what just happened?
Yeah, you got to tell him. You know, you have to go to Big Mama. I just want you guys to know I know the lingo that, you know, I just talk like this, but I want you to know that I know who Big Mama is. I saw the movie Martin Lawrence, right? Martin Lawrence. Like, shut up.
And please stop passing Big Mama a 40 ounce, please.
It's going to increase her diabetes, which is not a good thing, you know.
She's already fat, so you gotta be easy. Like what?
Oh man, it was hilarious. He looked back and he said, "I'm black, right?"
Yeah, exactly.
It was like, yeah, keep going. Yeah, you are. He's like, you won't be in a minute. He's like, yes.
He's like, who knows the lingo here? Big Mama, right? Big Mama.
Right.
I'm making a prediction where he don't understand this. He's gonna be one of the first ones to get it.
Absolutely. They're gonna give Trump a vaccine. They're gonna give Pence a vaccine. They're gonna get everybody around. They're even gonna give the white janitor a vaccine. They come around. Oh, wait a minute! I'm the Surgeon General. But then you better come up with your vaccine.
No. What they're gonna tell him is, oh, we tested the vaccine on you already. He's like, what? You tested on me?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
He's like, hold on a minute. Come on, man. Don't be testing no vaccine.
Oh yeah. He gonna get real black. Oh, he gonna get it. Oh, wait till they hit him. You know, and it always happens. You know, they always want to play this. See, I'm telling you one thing. No one can ever say, I've lived in the suburbs. I've been married and I ain't never, ever try to be an honorary white person.
Those are the worst, yo.
I ain't never.
It's not worth it.
You've been around me for how many years? Have I ever once come up without being on? God, you've been out of everyone in this room. You've been around me the most. You know my lifestyle. Have I ever once tried to play like I am some white dude?
Nah, you have it, and I won't let you. Nah.
Be like,
no, of course
Joe,
not.
You better check your zip code. You acting up.
Crazy.
Like we keep that in check. It's all right. But
Joe, I think it's time to have a zip code check.
Oh yeah. When I say he's the first one to get it, watch. It's gonna be a scandal or something with him. Watch. Something's gonna happen with him.
Look. Here's the crazy part. I want to know what kind of video does Trump have on Ben Carson? It's got Ben Carson. Oh my God. He's got to have a video on Ben Carson. It's like this
he
guy.
did his way through medical school. He knows.
Oh, something happened, man. Trump has something on Ben Carson. Because Ben Carson has this is the guy who is in history. This is why, now look, a good friend of mine, I told you guys, Sharon Neesmith, she's doing the, reflections on Blacks who have accomplished a lot in our society. We got to be careful about who we highlight, really. We really do. Because
don't say that Ben Carson hasn't done great things.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. We just saying we're just not counting it right now.
Oh my God, Joe.
Because in 50 years from now, we're gonna be running around. Our grandkids are gonna be running around and talking about something. 50, 60 years from now, they're gonna, Ben Carson, he was like, he's a black man, the first guy to separate Siamese twins and this and that and the other. And you're gonna need one of us. This is why we can't let them house us off in a nursing home. We got to be right there to say, hell no, wait a damn minute. That bastard was with Trump and the nonsense. Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. Don't get that fool no props.
Joe,
I knew Ben Carson was a problem.
This guy at the pinnacle of his career was probably one of the smartest brains on the planet.
Yes.
Okay,
And look where he is
can't
now.
take that away from him.
Yeah, but look where he is
now.
now.
You can't take that away from me.
He took that away from himself.
Thank you, kid. Oh, that's my son. Y'all just
What do you mean how?
Right.
He works for HUD.
He's right. He's taking away from himself. He's right.
He did. And Harry, like you said, he is one of the smartest brains of our generation in our community. I would not even question that. Ben Carson was considered one of the strongest medical brains you have ever seen. As a matter of fact, he's the first to successfully separate a Siamese twin at the head of, though. You know, the joint twins. So he took care of that. He was the first to successfully separate them. And he came up with this procedure that was great, and boom, boom, boom. He ran for president against Trump. And next thing you know, he is the head of housing and urban development. He is the head of housing and urban development for the United States of America. Why? Because his new boss believed, never mind your genius at medicine. I don't believe it. You grew up in the projects, so therefore you should go run HUD. Don't put your brains that you have.
Wait, you see, Rob Nice's was an amen.
Shut
up. We're not privy to any conversation. So what Joe is saying is an opinion. It's not a fact.
Excuse me. Where does he work?
Joe. But you're saying
just answer the damn question. Where does
because
he work?
he lived in the projects, Trump said you're qualified. That's what you're saying. No, that's what no way for you to know that. That's an opinion.
Okay. Where does he work?
Talk to him.
Where does he work?
What's his job title?
What is his job title?
He was also qualified to be the Surgeon General, but another
yes.
guy
Okay. So yeah.
Was qualified.
You know why the other guy got it? Because he's willing to be whiter than white.
That's right.
Well, that's true because Ben Carson doesn't talk like that.
Exactly. Exactly. If Ben Carson had that, man, Ben Carson talks like he sleeps. He looks like he's sleeping. You know
the secret to doing that, right? You take a roll of quarters and you stick it between your butt cheeks and you just squeeze them while you're talking.
Okay. I don't know what kind of man this man is trying to share with us.
Yo, that was so Spanish. You don't understand, dog. That was just a Spanish
right now.
direction.
Every Spanish person is like, no, it's not.
Yo, they're cracking up right now.
They're cracking up. What
You said
you wanted to give me a roll of quarters? What the hell is this?
And put it between and squeeze. Yeah, I see his face when he said that. He squeeze.
Let me find out. That's why my Puerto Rican brothers and sisters always look like they're saying, "What?"
That's what they do when they're speaking English and they can't get it out.
All right.
You know,
speaking English and can't get it out.
You squeeze, and all of a sudden you start talking like you know something.
Hey, at the end of the day, I'm not Latino.
Crazy.
So I will not join.
The best part is watching Joe dodge this stuff.
I am Nino. Yes, sir. Like Nino in the Matrix. Here come bullets. I ducked it.
Whee!
Nino Brown. Nino Brown. Well, Nino Brown too.
No, your brother's
ain't got nothing to me with dotting them bullets, huh? What was that? Am I my brother's keeper?
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Right. Until he can't be kept no more. Always remember, there's a limit to everything. Ain't nothing forever.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that, yo, my brother's keeper. Yes, until you can't be kept no more. Then this one gots to go.
Gots to go. Gets to stepping.
All right, continue. Oh wow, all right. Let's approach the clock. Hit me with a story.
We're on the stock market right now. But while Harry gets that done, I'll hit you a quick sports story. Bubba Wallace, Kyle Larson deserves second chance after using racial slur Cup Series driver Bubba Wallace, the lone African American competing in one of NASCAR's national series, said Kyle Larson was wrong to have used a racial slur during a virtual race, adding that he has spoken with Larson and believes he deserves a second chance. Larson, third primary sponsors in the Cup Series, ended their relationship with Larson later Monday, and on Tuesday, Chip Genesis Racing announced it.
Okay. All right, I hear you. So this guy Bubba is saying that he thinks that that it shouldn't be held against him, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. In the meantime, while I do the business report, I want someone to please find out old Bubba's voice. We'll know. I want to know his voice. Damn it, we're doing a voice check from now on. Your voice qualification. That is the deciding factor if you have a stand and if you got a stand in this. I mean, the football player we were just talking about, just when his stocks went up, started to take a nosedive as soon as you hear his voice. Harry's just started, sell. He put him on the sell block. But anyway,
let me tell you, Joe, I heard yesterday that guy Kennedy from Louisiana. He was on TV
you heard
yesterday.
it. You heard him?
My God. I started throwing stuff.
We're gonna come back.
And I wasn't I didn't know what the hell he was saying. But I was throwing stuff at the TV.
Hold on, we're gonna talk about this gun. We're talking about John Kennedy, the Louisiana U.S. Senator from Louisiana. We're gonna come back on the after the stock report, and we're gonna talk about that. Let me just hit you with the what the markets look like. CNN business report that the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P were all up last session. The Dow was only up 33%. 33.33. Anyway, points, not percent, points. Something like a 0.14%. Looking at the world markets right now, well, the futures are looking pretty good. Wow. Woo! Futures are looking real good right now. All sides of the planet, we're looking at the big four, Japan, Hong Kong, London, and Germany are all up. Big gainers, Anthem Inc., Cigna Corp., Humana Inc., United Health, Abbott Laboratories. Oh, of course they're all up. Everybody working on a drug, baby.
They're working on a drug and they love sick people.
And exactly, boy. Woo! They make they're in the money. They're like, oh, you could go to the ER. Right now, it's nothing. But wait till we send you that bill. Woo! Anyway, big losers on the board: Simon Property Group, Kimco Realty, Occidental Petroleum, and Paycom Software, and Marathon Petroleum. They're all the big losers on the board. Please tell me oil took a dump. Come on, let's go. Oh yeah, now we talking, nice. Man. We're talking. Oh man, commodity oil is down, baby. $18.46 a barrel. Oh, I know you could only take $2 worth of more in your tank because you ain't been driving nowhere and you've been filling up since I've been telling you this. But
corn has been doing really good. Corn.
I know. I've been watching. Well, they've been flat a couple of times, but they went down.
They haven't been going down.
No, they went down. They went down earlier this week. They were down.
They were down?
When all the commodities were down on Tuesday, and corn was one of them, Monday or Tuesday. Anyway, looking at oil is down, $18.46 a barrel. Gas, however, is up. And you say, how is that, Joe? How could gas be up? You just said it's down. I'm talking about not that kind of gas, natural gas, Jack Donkeys. What could be? Gold and silver is also down. Corn is up. And of course, copper is
up.
Copper is up. So if you want to know what these numbers mean, you need to holler at a certified financial advisor and say, hey, please explain this to me. I keep hearing this oil is up, oil is down. I don't know what to do. Should I go fill up my tank to make money? No. Right now, oil is so far down, like 18 something a barrel. You might want to go get 4 barrels, put it in the backyard some damn way. You never know.
Go get yourself about 100 barrels.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest with you right now. I know the summer months are coming, so you're like telling yourself, well, I don't got to worry about this right now. Here's a good thing to do. Summer months are here. If you got the cash right now, go fill up your damn tank. If you heat on home heating oil, I will go fill my damn tanks up. Get them heating tanks filled up. Anyway, moving right along with the ugliness. You were talking about this.
Well, hold on, Joe, because people do need to know stuff like this because you can usually lock in your rate.
Correct.
For oil and stuff. So you
That's
should
right.
lock it in now.
Exactly. If you could lock it in, you should be looking to do something like that, man. Say, hey, I want to lock my rate in now. What are you guys charging a gallon? How much? 32 cents. Oh, I want
it all. I want to lock in for the next 5 years.
No, right about now, what you probably want to do is to holler at your oil company and find out if you heat on oil and find out what their prices is and see if you can lock in like Harry said. That's not a bad idea.
No, that's real good.
Yeah. I mean, oil is down, man. You got to take advantage of this, people. This is all about taking advantage of stuff because it's not like you're not going to have the bill come wintertime. So if you could call right now and lock in, the only problem is if you go down to $15, you're going to cry.
So true.
Yeah, but if it jumps up to 50.
Thank you. Oh, you so screwed. So I know if you think about it, just 3 months ago, oil was at $50-something a barrel. Don't get it twisted now. Now it's down to $18 a barrel. Don't get greedy. You could take a hit. If you got the money right now and can lock it in, you should lock it in and just go ahead and pay that damn thing off and get it out of the way right now. You won't have to worry about oil for 12 months. For 12 damn months. I'm just telling you. Hey, I mean, you don't heat the house in the winter, in the summertime, but if you do run your hot water on it, I don't know, call your local whoever deliver your oil and ask them how the hell it work out for you. You know what I'm saying? See how you could take advantage of it. That's all I'm telling you. So that said, I want to talk about this guy, John Kennedy, the U.S. Senator from Louisiana. If you pull this guy up, Harry, did you look up this guy's background?
No, I didn't.
Okay, let me show you. Let me show you guys the BS in this guy. You're gonna really understand this. Y'all gonna understand. Y'all don't hear me though, even though I'm coming through in stereo. This guy is the worst candle in the wind. Never knew whether he don't know where to turn to when the wind set in. Elton John quoted. Go.
WNHH.
Where's that?
WNHHLP.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. WNHHLP 103.5 FM. New Haven, as the ugliness continues. Harry sleeping at the wheel.
That's right.
Well, Rob Nice is like, yo, that's all I got to do. I'm doing that. I got this. And even that, he fell asleep at the wheel. Now, let me stop it. Rob Nice is Rob Nice. Rob Nice is cool.
Rob Nice, baby.
Yeah, Uncle Rob. Okay, you didn't find this guy's stuff yet, Harry?
Oh, you wanted me to look up Kennedy?
Yeah, that's what I thought you were doing.
I was, but for me.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Jesus God, I thought he was gonna put it on the screen here for me. I'm waiting for this thing to come up.
No, because I just went and grabbed some of his quotes because yesterday, because I felt like he was talking to me just because his accent is so freaking Ku Klux Klanish, you know?
Well, let me tell you about that accent. That's an adopted accent. Okay?
Oh my God. It's like
he adopted that accent. You know where he went to school?
Harvard.
No. Right? He's an Oxford boy.
Oxford? Oh.
Oxford, England. He's an Oxford boy.
Yeah, his accent is just
yeah, you just know it's just like he's putting it on real hard. He wanted them to know. Keep in mind, he was a liberal at one point. But as soon as he wanted to get to that U.S. Senate, he wanted to stay. Well, you know, boys, I'm just a good old boy, just like y'all. That's right. Don't let my Oxford education fool you. I'm just a good old Confederate boy.
Yesterday he was calling people stupid.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Meanwhile, he is saying the dumbest things possible that could ever come out of an adult person's mouth. Never mind a U.S. senator.
He's like, people who don't want to open up the economy are down to the marrow, stupid. You know?
Yeah, right, yeah.
I'm like, mother, you what?
Yeah.
I'm throwing stuff at the freaking TV, like he's talking to me.
You know, because here's the thing about him. Because here, let me show you the dangers in this guy. This guy is from the state that has a high percentage of coronavirus. What is Louisiana, like number 3? 3 or 4? He's in the top 4. Come on. He's in the final 4.
And he was like, well, we're over the hump here. And
yeah.
And he's thinking he's over the hump because it jumped to the black community. So he's over the hump here.
Exactly. Because it is like now reported that it's heavy. It is heavy in the black community. And he's like, let's get past it. We got to go to work. And those who don't want it, they just don't want to work. Dog whistle.
Yeah.
Just blowing that dog whistle. It sound like something like somebody I know would say, you know?
No, you have to listen to this guy. I'm telling you, if you want to get pissed off, just go and listen to a clip of his. You'll get pissed off.
Absolutely. And absolutely. You know, it's something oh gosh, I'm telling you. You know, what he said is exactly like something that would come out of my father-in-law's mouth. I kid you not.
Oh my God.
I'm just gonna put it out there. Hey, you want to pick me up on it? You know, we could just run back to many things that you have said over the years, and I was just like, I can't be around this.
What he said? He told you, Joe, you look like you just don't want to work.
Oh wow!
That's why I look like he was. That's why I look like he was shadow boxing before he walked over to us at the graduation.
Oh,
yeah. Had to get out some aggression first.
Fact.
Yeah, right. Man, I gotta come on, man. It's somewhere along in this house you can find a fitted sheet and hood. Are you kidding me? This guy. I mean, come on. You know, I'm actually kind of like digging here to get somebody to try to like pick me up on what I'm saying here. So like I could really have some other stuff so I could throw at this fire. So I could put some other logs on this fire, really. They have no idea.
It's just, I figure he just looks at you and you just look lazy to him.
Exactly. You know, come on, man. You doc, you lazy bumba. Of course, you know. You don't get up early in the morning and do anything. Huh? Oh, you lazy. Of course. You know, that's the mindset. I'm telling you right now, if he could just like drain the black blood out of my son, he'd be so happy. Anyway, moving right along.
What the hell?
Oh, well, hey,
he's like, just look. He's like, just look at you. You ain't got a job.
Hey, absolutely. You ain't got no job. Like, yo, hey, you know,
that really irritated me.
Please just give me more logs to put on the fire. Just follow me down this rabbit hole. Now, hold on, fellas. This is a little PSA to some dummies. Please follow me down this rabbit hole. There's actions to be taken. Go ahead. I'm gonna warn you while I lead you. I'm so good at this. I'll warn you while I'm leading you. Come on down this rabbit hole, baby. Come on down. This is The Price is Right. Come on down. Moving right along.
All right, so straight up ugliness. Two felons break out of Wisconsin prison. Residents told lock your doors. The two felons broke out of the maximum prison in Wisconsin prison. James Newman, 37, and Thomas Deering, 46, are inmates at the Columbia Congressional Facility in Portage, about 40 miles north of Madison State Prison. Records show the escaped prisoners were believed to be headed south toward Madison. Portage Police Station said Newman has has firearm kidnapping and theft convictions. Deering has been convicted for sexual assault, kidnapping, and battery.
Okay, so why are we putting out this Amber Alert? We don't live out in Wisconsin.
Oh, I thought it would just be. I'm just wondering. I thought we were gonna get in the conversation on how they got out, especially in 2020, when like maximum prison should be like at its top best. But never mind.
Ah man, hold on, man.
I thought this was gonna spark jokes.
Because it's gonna be real easy. Nobody's out, man. You're gonna be two guys just running, looking suspicious.
Yeah, exactly.
With no mask or gloves. Don't worry, they're gonna get caught.
They're the only ones out.
No, Kotick is onto something, because these two fools got me running around thinking, if we wear masks and gloves, we're gonna look like burglars. Now you would be blending in.
Dave, you better not grab that mask. Don't
put that mask down.
No, imagine. I mean, yesterday was the first time I walked into a bank with a mask and asked for money. It's just crazy.
And then get shot.
And everybody was happy to see me with a mask. I'm like, just put the money in the bag. Put the money in the bag.
Because they know anybody who's robbing a bank like that in 2020. Oh, doc, please, here's the money. Walk on out. Nobody's gonna chase you. Cops show up at your door. Who is it? Well, who you think it is? Who is it? Who do you think it is? I don't know. Who is it? Did you rob the First Union Bank this morning? Yeah, who's that? Or I mean, who's that? It's the police, fool. Oh man, come on, man. This run right here, this story right here, I saw it, Harry, earlier this morning. And all I could do was shake my head, scroll down on this. Interviewed in hiding. Escaped North Carolina inmate says he fled coronavirus death sentence. Now, I'm just going to get to the meat and potatoes. Scroll down. Right there, stop. This guy fled, he got out of prison. It was a minimum security federal prison. And Butner is the name of the place, the name of the facility. And this guy, he got out. But I just got to get to the meat and potatoes. Here it is. This guy said, here it goes. Let's go to a quote. I take ownership for having to serve my time, said Richard C. Cephas, 54 years old, who had been at the Federal Correction Complex serving time on a drug conviction. Oh, here's what he said, Kotick. Keep in mind, he called into a news outlet to let them know that he escaped and he wanted to turn himself in. He called into them and he's doing this interview. But here's his reason. My man said, Kotick, I can't make this up. I signed up for a jail sentence, not a death sentence.
And I gotta say, I feel him.
He's fighting for his rights.
No. He signed up. This guy said, I signed up for a jail sentence. So he was out robbing the bank or whatever the hell. No, he was out selling drugs, talking about something. I'm gonna have to get up in this one of these penitentiaries real soon, you know. I'm gonna sign up for that one, you know. He said, I signed up for a jail sentence, not a death sentence. That's a quote.
No,
I can't. I was like,
he was in a federal prison, right?
You know he's turning himself in, but he wants to be put in the hole.
Exactly. This guy said, when I saw this morning, first thing this morning, you had me howling at around 6 o'clock this morning, Harry. I'm going through all the news, all the emails, and I'm like, No. This guy said, I signed up for a jail sentence, not a death sentence. I'm like, you signed up for this?
Yeah, man, he know.
There's an application around it for this. What?
Yeah, when he signed those statements, his lawyer was like, "Yeah,
this guy walked over to the prosecutor and said, "Yo, where's your forms?" All right, okay, I'm gonna just have a jail sentence. Now you can leave that death sentence ledger over there. I don't want that one.
Yeah, for real.
All right.
Crazy.
Did he sign up on a clipboard? Did he? Was somebody walking around and say, "Okay, who wants to be in jail this week?" And he raised his hand. Yeah, yeah. Did he sign his name for a jail sentence? This guy said he signed it.
No, business was slow. Business was slow and it was getting cold.
Ain't no money in the drug game. I'm signing up for jail. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, oh man. Whew. Oh well. These are the things that we gotta deal with in society. People signing up. What you got there, T. Higgs?
For news?
Deer in the headlight. Look at that boy. Deer in the headlights. You saw that? Ooh.
No, it's...
Ooh, I caught him off guard there, fellas. Look at him. Oh, yeah, that whole shoot. Did he just say T. Higgs? Ooh. You sure he said T. Higgs?
Hey, Joe,
yo,
is this guy out of quarantine? You think he's gonna be good for next week?
We need it.
I knew, as soon as he said, "Hey, Joe," I knew exactly where he's going. It's like you just know Harry. He's just so, oh my God. Why, what you got, T. Higgs? What you got? 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 Yeah, okay. Yeah, what you got?
So, so CT Walmart tells.
Yeah, well, what you got?
Yo.
So Walmart tells single moms no shopping.
Yeah. That's what you got.
Yeah.
What you got?
So at Connecticut.
What do you got?
Am I supposed to be reading news or?
Yo, could you please stop?
I don't know what to
do. No! You're gonna have this poor kid lose it. Cut it out. You're gonna have him start tatting his face.
I know, you know what I'm saying?
I'm so confused. So a Connecticut Walmart employee in Newington told two single mothers they couldn't shop with their children because of coronavirus guidance.
They got him. No. That's a good story. A Walmart in Newington, Connecticut.
Yep.
Told two mothers they could not shop because they couldn't bring their kids in.
Yeah.
All right. Here's why I'm saying that's a good story. I don't know what the hell these parents are doing. I don't know. I thought it was the responsibility of parents to make sure that your kids are safe. And it is your job to make sure your primary job with your kids is to make, what's that?
I said slow down because the daycares are closed. Ain't nobody to take care of those kids.
Yeah,
you gotta take them with them.
But the I don't care if you take them with them, but your primary responsibility for your kids, I don't give a jack donkey what's your color in this one, but your primary responsibility is to protect your kids. That's your primary responsibility with your kids. You can't abandon them. You can't just, no. Your primary responsibility is to protect your kids. Just know that much. That's your primary. Their safety should be first, above all. And when they grow up, they become more, and some people, I'm hearing more and more of these stories where some kids are now like, they're on the mental illness path. And you saw a lot of your parents are just ignoring it. No, stop it. I'm dead serious. You take that lightly, you're a scumbag. I don't care what you giving that kid. If you take that lightly, I don't care how much you give a kid. If you're not worried about their mental state and all that stuff, you're a scumbag. Just write it down. Come on, listen to me. You are a scumbag.
For real.
If you don't care about your kid's mental state, I told you, safety is first, and mental state falls right under it. And if you got yourself a teenage kid, even in their 20s, and their mental state is not right, and you're just walking away from them, what does that say about you? What does that really say about you? Even if they're in their damn 30s, I don't care. You don't walk away from your kids, especially when they're in a mental state. That means they are now become incapacitated to some level or another, and you got to be there for them.
Or you get a Sandy Hook.
Exactly. Or you can end up with some serious nonsense on your hand. You cannot just turn your kid over to society if they don't think of safety first. Safety first. Now, basic safety should not need me to even get on these mics to say. But you bastards who take your kids into these stores like Walmart, Target, and all this stuff, and you got them, you're wearing a mask and your kid ain't got nothing on their damn face.
Terrible.
I'm getting tired of seeing that. I'm getting tired of seeing that nonsense where you got on a mask, but your kids are running around with nothing. They're even if they're next to you, and they got nothing on their face to put. Harry, Jesus, gosh. This guy. You have the kids have
I was
nothing on their face.
demonstrating what you want.
Oh, okay. But no, I want to see people being more responsible for their kids. It's that simple. Their safety is first.
You know what? The state should issue a temporary policy that you're allowed to leave your kids in your cars now while you go shop.
Who did this?
I'm saying the state should issue a new policy saying you're allowed to leave your kids in your cars while you go shop.
No, don't issue that policy.
Don't do that.
And I'm joking, but the reason I say that is because you're not understanding that these people have no one to take care of their kids.
Oh no, I do understand that. I understand that.
So do you want to leave them home alone?
No. You bring them with you. You didn't have nobody.
Are you supplying the masks? Because nobody has masks.
Get yourself a way around that now. Get a bandana. Get a t-shirt.
You can make masks.
Get a t-shirt. I don't care. Get anything. It don't got to be a mask coming from a store. You could get a t-shirt and tie it around that little Johnny's. Come here, Johnny. Come here.
What's the new t-shirt? What's the new?
But as a matter of fact, they show how to make masks out of t-shirts. You could take one of his little t-shirts, cut it. Just go to YouTube. They're on YouTube looking up a whole bunch of other garbage out here. You're looking up what the last celebrity did on YouTube. Just look up how to make a homemade mask.
Actually, the easiest thing to use, I posted is a sock.
Yep.
How to make a mask out of a sock. Really,
is that right?
Yep.
Is that right?
I made 3 of them.
Yep. There you have it.
Really easy.
You make. Oh, by the way, don't go taking off your dirty sock and get a clean sock.
The filter is better. Stop. The fungus kills the virus. Propaganda.
You don't want to have World War III on your nostrils. Knock it off.
You're gonna pass out in the store. They're gonna be like, "He got the virus."
No, it's a war on his face. Look at that. You don't want when you take off your socks, it look like a battlefield, like cannons just went off.
All right, since we speak in masks, I gotta be honest. So I have a variety of masks, right? I got
from the old jobs or what?
No. I had 95s. I had 95s already, right?
Oh, and no. I'm talking about the old jobs. Remember that time when you came out to the bodega talking about go, and I just let you take the car?
What? That was not me. But nah, this is an issue I got, man. Y'all gotta help me out. So I have a blue mask, and then I got a cool black mask.
Mhm.
When I go to the store, I always pick the blue mask because I'm nervous,
Wanna
Harry.
be
Like,
cool.
I don't want to go in the store. Like, you went in the bank. I was like, he is Braveheart himself for going
You
in the
ain't
bank.
lying.
Like that.
You ain't lying. But
Like,
he'll
I'm a
hold on,
little
hold on,
nervous,
hold
I
on.
can't lie.
Yeah, but that's because we're black men. We're dark black men. Harry
That's
just
what I'm saying. I put a mask
he
on.
just
They're like,
posing.
oh yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And that's sad, yo, but I went through that yesterday.
The governor say don't go outside without a mask. The cop is saying stop resisting. Come on, come on.
That's a good way.
That's why I put on the bluest mask I got.
You ain't lying. Like, yeah, blue, you playing around. I'll put on a pink one. Like, come on, come on, come on. You guys know I ain't in here trying to rob no bank with a pink mask. Come on, now.
Go get my homemade mask.
Yeah, you running around with these. No, you got to put on something that just don't say a threat.
And that's
Just
that.
don't.
I'm about to start wearing my black mask, man. I ain't playing.
No, I ain't playing. No. Kadik, I want to talk with you, not about you. Please stay away from the black mask. You don't need that garbage. No, but these parents, I'm telling you right now, you thinking that if you leave your kids out in the car, I'm going to tell you right now, you're just trying to create a haven for pedophiles. No, do not leave your kids in the car. Hey, little boy, mommy left you? No, we don't need that. We don't need that. Stop. Come back and your kids are come back talk about, mommy, Mr. Bad Touch came and knocked on the window. He gave me this candy. Who did? I just went to his van for a minute. Oh, no. We don't need that. We don't need that.
Yeah, they are the scummiest. Like out of everybody, they are the scummiest. Oh,
That's why when they end up behind bars, man, they get the worst. And then you can't
and people be clapping. We be clapping
yeah,
for that.
you can't feel sorry for these people.
They are the worst. They're like the worst.
It's like, come on. They're like, yo, no. You got murderers like looking at them like, at least I murdered the whole family, adults, you know, all the adults in the house.
Everybody I stabbed could drink.
Everybody I killed is over the legal drinking age. Look at you. You touch your little one. You got to get this tonight.
Great.
Yeah, no, for that's exactly how he said it. That's how he rationalizes to himself.
Oh, yeah. Like,
crazy.
listen, I did some strange stuff out there, but nah, you touch a kid, you got to go. And
yeah, those are the worst, man. Like I get quiet every time I hear about them.
They got to catch all that work. They got to catch all that work. All of it. Oh, my goodness. Whew.
Yeah, I got this thing, man. If you're gonna get violated in any way, you got to be eligible at least. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Certain requirements.
Yeah, that's why I can laugh at almost every story. But when you start talking pedos, I get real quiet.
Yeah, you start talking about kids. Well, no, you know, it's like looking at them. You know, you got Mr. Bad Touch. He coming down the street. No. Well, hell, we got old Mr. Bad Touch in the White House.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do
President
that.
Bad Touch.
You talk about Biden, right?
Yeah, because you got to bring Joe with him. I can't lie. You got to bring Joe. Might be worse.
What you called him yesterday, Kadik?
Joe might be worse. You
jazz hands. What was it?
Creepy Joe. With creepy jazz hands. Yeah,
creepy jazz hands.
Jazz hands. That was hilarious. Creepy jazz hands.
Yeah, but if you ask Joe Biden if he ever did it, he won't even remember. This guy, meanwhile, he's doing interviews. This is how you do it. They're like, he's giving play-by-play.
They were grown. Man. It was locker room chatter.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm terrible because I wasn't that mad at him.
Because we all talk about a shift with our friends.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's crazy though. What is crazy? The reason why that went over with him is because, and a lot of people, that's not guy talk. That's not guy talk I ever heard. I've heard guy talk like that.
Oh,
I heard
come on,
lots
man.
of
Let's
guys
be
talk.
honest. Like,
I heard lots of guys talk like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I heard it. Now, if it was true, then it was wrong. It was wrong. I'm not saying it was right. No, I'm not saying it's right at all because I heard it. No, but I've heard guy talk like that. Sometimes guys are blustering. Yeah, you know, she let me know. No.
This is gonna be terrible. So cut my mic if I go too far. But when I heard that, nah, seriously.
You know how bad it is when you gotta give you gotta put in a request. Let me ask you a question. You sign up for jail, not a death sentence? What the hell?
Never. I ain't signing my name on nothing. That's why I ain't a rapper now. I wouldn't sign the contract. But yo, no, for real. When I heard that, to be totally honest, the way I took it was about the pageant, right? When he said that, he was talking about the girls in the pageant or something like that, right?
No.
Am I correct?
No, he was talking about chicks, how they go to famous and rich guys.
Oh, yeah. Okay, boom, perfect. Because that's where I was going. Because that's how I took it. That environment that they were in, I think that's what that's why he was saying it. But he was like, you could just grab him by the, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's why he was saying it partially. Like, it's double-sided to me. I feel like that was the environment. It was like,
it is the environment. It is the environment.
He never said he forced anything. He said they let you do everything.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's what he was trying to say. It got to that point. He was like, yo, I'm just like, I just skipped everything. I just grabbed him by the
Exactly.
You know, the thing about and you know what? In the environment, I'm not saying it was right. Let's be very clear. I'm not saying it was correct, but I'm saying some strange things happen in that environment.
That's what I mean.
Some very strange things. And I'm not going to be like I have not been seeing some crazy stuff going on. And I'm quite sure, look, I was in New York in the 80s. So I'm going to tell you right now, I've seen some strange stuff going on in strange places. And if you're liable to see some of these ladies around them saying right now, he violated me. This one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In today's standard, yes, he did. But back then, it was considered part of the operation. I tell you, listen.
Yeah.
Now listen. Well, this happened to me back in like what 2014.
Hold up, Joe.
13 or 14.
Hold up. Make sure it's a story that's not gonna make you look bad.
No.
No, he rehearsed this.
You rehearsed this? No. What? I rehearsed this?
No, we clean Joe's stories before he say them. We go over them, me and him.
You do like meditation.
Maybe that's what I should start doing with yours, so we don't have to worry about if I got to pull your mic before.
Yeah, no, you should. You really should.
No, but I was asked to go to a speaking engagement in New York. What was that, like what, 2014, somewhere around there?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Like around Christmas time. It was December. And I was asked to go to do a youth speaking thing and be on a panel. So I went down to New York, and I'm down there, walked into this damn thing. I'm on this panel and I'm working with these kids, and it's like, holy, and it was in the evening time. And they were housing these kids in Midtown Hotel, a big Midtown hotel. And we went in there, and I'm like, okay, now for at the end of the night, I'm like, okay, Harry, I'm sorry, am I boring you?
A hanger fell off the rack.
So you had to get up now to take care of it?
Sorry about that. I'm OCD too, Joe.
Okay, all right. Okay, you just got to pass. I understand. So anyway, so at the end of the day, this event, these kids, they're going out, they went up to their space and all that and going. So I'm like, I'm not hanging around in New York. I'm heading back to Connecticut. So I start walking back. That's around Christmas time. And I get to the intersection. You got to understand, Christmas time in Midtown Manhattan is thick. And when I say thick, people, like weeks before Christmas, a couple weeks before Christmas, it was like around the 12th or the 14th, somewhere around there. It is thick. Oh my God, there are so many people in Midtown Manhattan at that time that they literally have to put the police barriers. The police got to come out and pull the barriers to put you behind and make sure that you're not out in the streets. There's so much people on each intersection in Midtown. So they pulled up, open up the barrier. The metal ones are that. Open up the barrier, let us cross the street. And as we got, I'm all the way up, like almost off the edge there. And all of a sudden, I felt the right cheek just got a firm grab, like ram. I'm like, whoa. I look around, and I'm thinking, and these two chicks behind me, they're just laughing. I'm like, okay, just to let you know, the left one feeling lonely now. And they start laughing even more. And and then I said, but if I had done that to you, that cop over there would have been called over it. You know what I'm saying? I let it go.
Crazy.
I came back to New Haven. I'm running around with my badge of honor. I'm not gonna lie, I got to the next block and I'm waiting for the next grab again. I'm like, yeah, come on, get your grabs on. This is what we're doing. That's the environment. Let's get it going. I'm doing the best man, started clenching it. Yeah, you're gonna get a firm grip. And they're like, yeah. Yeah. But I didn't get violated in the next block. But I didn't feel like I was violated. I just felt like, okay, they saw something they want to grab, they grab. Now, I'm not saying that's okay. I'm not saying that's what you should run around and do. I'm just saying it happens. I'm not saying it's the right thing. But who do I call? Me too? He too? She too? Who do I call?
Imani All Black. I'll give you his number.
You call
that?
You call your boys and talk about it.
Exactly. Exactly. Or Yokotic. Yeah, boy. Yep. Whew. I'm here to tell you, boy. Joey coming up. Joey still got it. Joey getting snatched up in
I think he did that.
Oh, of course I did. Are you crazy? This ain't the first time this story been told.
We got on the mic with it, right?
You're damn right. We are on the mic with that one. Joe going crazy. Well, yeah, I let it be known. Yeah, Joey got grabbed. Joey got followed. Yeah, okay. My point is, was it right? Depends. Depends on how you squint. Was it wrong? Depends on how you squint. It all depends. Now, if you ask me, was it right? I'll tell you right now, not to me. But I do know if I had tried that somewhere on someone, I would have catch some work. However,
all right, since we're giving it up today, fuck it. Let me walk
hold
away
on. Hold on. Watch yourself. Watch your mouth. So, however, that was 1985, New York. It would have been a grab fest. No, absolutely. Absolutely. But 2014 New York was like, just look and smile, keep it moving. Yeah, talk junk, keep it moving. But 1985 New York would have been like, oh, we grabbing? That's what we doing today? Oh, okay. So I'm telling you, it's about the time. It's about the time. And these things happened. I'm not saying I condone. I'm just saying happened. A lot of shift happened back in the day. A lot of shift. I'm not even gonna question. Oh my God, yeah. A lot of shift happened back. A lot of shift. If you were around anything that says entertainment, celebrity, models, actors, musicians, comedians, if you were anywhere around in that little rappers, oh gosh, forget about it. Yeah, a lot of rappers right now walking around like, I'm so glad my career ended. Like, woo, right about now, with the hits had to go out like this. Woo! I went out on top. Woo! Some of them, they're trying to they don't even want to do a comeback tour. They're like, nah, I'm good. Just keep moving my publishing around. Kept me put me in a commercial here and there and let me make some money. Just no need for comeback tour. Woo!
That's what I see. That's what I see when I hear it. No, yo, that's funny because I saw Sir Mix-a-Lot do an interview. He didn't even speak music.
Okay, I personally know the manager to Houdini, the original Houdini. Freaks come out at night. Yes, I personally know. And I gotta tell you right now. So Houdini was here in New Haven a couple years ago. So I called him up. I said, yo, you brought Houdini to New Haven? You didn't even call me? He's like, who brought Houdini to New Haven? I'm like, he's like, yeah, they came back up. Yeah. No, you didn't have any Houdini in New Haven. He goes, hold on, I'm gonna call you back. He called me back like around 5 minutes. Houdini wasn't in New Haven. I'm like, listen, man, don't tell me, man. Houdini was in New Haven. He goes, no, Joe, you gotta understand. That ain't the real Houdini. Somebody still got the name. Somebody could use the name because it ain't them. But anyway, long story short, and to make it right, I was just like, oh, man. We were laughing, and I just said, damn. Me Too got fake Houdinis on stage? Wow.
Yeah.
When you think about it, you got to look up there and say, you got to remember, they had a track called The Freaks Come Out at Night.
At night.
Let me tell you something right now. That title alone could make somebody catch a Me Too case. Are you kidding me? Right. Are you kidding me? I told you, there are rappers right now who are like, woo, I'm so glad I'm done. Woo. Woo. Oh, Curtis Blow is like, oh, these are the breaks.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, you remember Two Live Crew?
Yeah, I was about to say, imagine Luke.
I was thinking about
Uncle Luke. Uncle Luke is like, I'm so glad I'm involved in football.
They got in trouble back then, so imagine.
Can you imagine Two Live Crew? That track me so high.
No, any album.
Any album, any track. Any track on Two Live Crew. These guys used to get arrested on stage.
Yep.
They tell them right. They used to tell them, "Oh, you use those lyrics. You come off stage. You are," and they didn't even have Me Too to support them. Can you imagine today? Oh my God! Ooh. My point is,
I can't even say some of their track names.
Exactly. I'm going to tell you right now, people. My point is, I don't like what Donald Trump did. But there was a time when some stuff was allowed.
Yeah.
There was a time when some stuff was allowed. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And you know, bad habits are hard to break.
Sure is.
I think after 60, you don't even break them no more.
Oh, after 60, you're like, listen, I made it this far. I made it this far.
Especially when those bad habits used to be good habits.
Exactly. Yeah, that's my point. So here's the crazy thing is like, I remember I heard somebody Russell Simmons got in some trouble, this and that. I'm like, do you know he was an 80s record executive? Do you know this guy had one of the first hip hop record labels? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know?
Russ said he went to either China or something like that. He said the first thing he asked for was cocaine and girls. And he didn't say it like that.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Yeah, we're like, yo, it's like, are you kidding, Russ? You don't understand that. Oh, man. I'm not saying that it was right. I'm not saying it's no. And I have, listen, what I'm saying is I am willing to accept that we have evolved. I'm willing to accept it. I'm not looking at, we got to go back to the old days. That's not what I'm with that. No. I'm just saying I'm willing to accept, we have evolved as a society. We have
Make
evolved.
America great again. I just got it.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You see, I knew
that one.
It's so crazy. When those words came out of my mouth, I'm like, you're selling Trump slightly. Be quiet, Joe. But I had to say it. I had to say it. And, the bottom line is I'm not trying to go back to the old days. I ain't even gonna say the good old days. I'm not trying to go back to the old days. But there has been a level of reform, and with information, that's what makes the difference. And if you got to be willing to say, hey, you know what? We've all been around, and we all been around some crazy stuff back and doing some crazy things. And therefore, Creepy Joe is willing to say, you know what? I made a mistake. If you're willing to make a mistake, I made a mistake. Now with the information I have at my hand, and then there's the almighty ones who are going to say, well, I didn't do that. Well, you weren't around what these people have been around. You got to understand that part of the equation. You weren't around what these people were around. You just weren't. Even my New York story, how many people in California or even in Texas, let me leave there. How many people in South Dakota or Nebraska has ever had the opportunity to have that midtown experience I had? None. Not too many at all, if any. So you got to work with your environment. Now, you talk about cows and farmland and all that. How many people from the city had that experience?
Well, some of them did have it with the cows.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I was like, where's our movement?
Move. Wow.
Where
is this going?
Move to.
Move to.
Did y'all say moo too?
Yes, they did. Animal World Organization is going to use that. Don't play.
I'm just saying. We're silly as hell today. But sometimes your life is not all about serious. You got to be able to have some type of laughter in between too.
Everyone thinks they pay bills and all this other stuff. They got to be all like, hey,
and those are the same people who would look at me and try to figure out, well, how you look so young? That's because I know how to laugh.
You know what I'm saying?
I know how to enjoy life. Everything ain't about serious. I don't stress myself out on everything. I don't.
Let's talk mature.
Yeah,
kids and how.
Yeah, you want to quickly age yourself. Just start thinking old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The body will start reacting. I'm telling you right now, your body will start reacting. Oh, you get so immature. I love that. That's one title I have no problem with accepting. You're immature. Okay, fine. All right, fine. You want to say I'm immature? Fine. Guess what? At the end of the day, I look better than you. I look better than you. I look younger than you. I look younger than you, you old bat. And you know what's crazy? Especially when you're like younger than me and you look older than me. Check yourself. Check how miserable you really living. Where you want to make everything an issue. Start there, and then you realize, and the more you do it, is the more miserable you get, because you got to look in the mirror and see how much older you're getting. You don't realize you're doing it to yourself. You are whacking your own self. Ain't nobody offing you. You offing yourself. You want to walk around looking all miserable about every damn thing. Everything ain't about that. You got to laugh at.
Seriously.
I'm just telling you. You got to laugh at. I don't have a problem. And sometimes, you find yourself in weird spaces laughing, but You gotta laugh at that. Kotick was at my mom's funeral. Was I crying? No, I was telling jokes. You know why?
Really?
I remember people. Yeah, literally. Am I lying, Kotick?
Nah, no.
I was off in the back there telling jokes. I remember one of my friends, his wife was like, "Is he? I heard her. Is he okay?" Because I'm telling jokes. I'm like, yes, because that chick in that damn casket would love me to tell jokes. Yes, I know her. She would have been like, "Oh no, Negro, don't you dare start off with this crying nonsense." Oh, hell no, I made a jokester. Don't be playing now. I could hear her telling me jokes. So I was cool with it. You know, we all got different ways of grieving. I'm not saying that you shouldn't cry at a funeral. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying I just got different ways of going. I just got different ways of doing stuff. I can hold on to all the great years that I spent with my mom, and it will outweigh any sad moment that I had, and that was enough for me. That's just me. I'm not a doctor prescribing this for you. Trust me. I'm just sharing with you. You can take it if you want to. You don't have to take it. No, hell no. It's not prescription. Just an opinion. If you want to hear more opinions, come back tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. to 9.
Monday.
WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven.
Lost track.
We don't stream this show there. What's that?
Monday.
Let's take a, oh, that's right. Pam. I said tomorrow, huh? I'm so committed to this, people. I'm so committed to you that I said tomorrow. I didn't even think about it. What, you guys take days off? Who are you? By the way, shout out to the fellas of No Days Off. What's my dude? What's his name, Kotick?
Reg is I forgot homie's name.
Tom was Tom was one of them.
Effort to make sure all minds get the larger message.
You're killing me with this sound. Stop, please. Harry, stop. Stop. This track right here, Phil Blanc killed it. Phil Blanc killed it on this track. So I'll see you guys Monday. We'll talk more about this, man. Stay connected. Ugman out.
Boo. Who run it? Yeah. Boo. I'm stronger than I've ever been. Never win. You are in the presence of your president. Out here lifting heavy. 2 pounds to shake left from 30 pounds of great. Yep. 2 stacks call my jack and I ain't even wake yet. Woke up, double back. Asked them if they needed what they needed. I was asleep when they called. Then I could come with that. Told me to, I'm dug in that. Matter of fact, come to me. I barely bagged the order. He rolled up like a Russian cream. Who run it? If you did it, then I done it. Anybody get it? Don't nobody want it. Ain't no second coming. Ask them who run it. Mind over matter. Remote controlling the data. I'm getting older and older. I'm looking better and better. You niggas shoulder to shoulder and can't get it together. They think I'm talking to myself, but I was talking to Kevin. I'm picking up where you left us. Ain't tougher than leather. 40 years plus. Young and still can't get on my level. And y'all ain't level up yet. I still don't wear watches. I ain't copping ice to bezel up yet. I do my thing so when I die you say I did it to death. My baby moms ain't salty cause I did them correct. I make the money, make some more, and I ain't breaking a sweat. I make $1 million, leave the chauffeur, I'm taking the chef. I cop the as soon as I observe the nature of threat. So I can squeeze on it like a wash rag when it's wet. So I would rather invest, be somewhere cashing a check. I never loved you, probably why you couldn't get me upset. Who run it? If you did it, then I done it. Anybody get it? Don't nobody want it. Ain't no second coming. Ask them who run it. If you did it, then I done it. Anybody get it? Don't nobody want it. Ain't no second coming. Ask them who run it.